Imagine venturing into a lush tropical rainforest. The air is thick with humidity, and sunlight filters through the dense canopy above. An iguana, a master of camouflage, perches on a branch, its dewlap gently swaying. These fascinating creatures are native to the tropical and subtropical regions of Central and South America, as well as the Caribbean. Iguanas are cold-blooded reptiles, which means they rely on external sources of heat to regulate their body temperature. Their natural habitats are characterized by dense vegetation, providing them with ample hiding spots from predators and a variety of food sources. These remarkable reptiles are primarily herbivores, feeding on leaves, fruits, and flowers. Iguanas play a vital role in their ecosystems by dispersing seeds and contributing to the overall health of the forests they call home. One of the most distinctive behaviors of iguanas is their love for basking in the sun. As cold-blooded creatures, they rely on external heat sources to regulate their body temperature. You'll often find iguanas sprawled out on rocks, branches, or even rooftops, soaking up the sun's rays. They are diurnal animals, meaning they are most active during the day when temperatures are highest. Despite their somewhat intimidating appearance, iguanas are generally docile creatures and prefer to avoid confrontation. When threatened, they may puff up their bodies, extend their dewlaps, and hiss to ward off potential predators. However, their first line of defense is usually to escape by climbing trees or diving into water, where they are surprisingly agile swimmers. While iguanas are undoubtedly creatures of the wild, their adaptability has allowed them to thrive in environments beyond their natural habitats. In recent years, keeping iguanas as pets has become increasingly popular. The controlled environment of a home can offer several advantages for iguanas. Indoor enclosures can be carefully regulated to provide the ideal temperature and humidity levels that these reptiles require. Furthermore, indoor environments offer protection from predators that iguanas would encounter in their natural habitats. As the first rays of dawn pierce through the rainforest canopy, our iguana friend stirs from its slumber. The night, spent nestled in the hollow of a tree, has been cool, causing its metabolism to slow down. Now, with the rising sun, warmth seeps back into its body, re-energizing it for the day ahead. The iguana slowly crawls out onto a sturdy branch, positioning itself to catch the sun's direct rays. For the next few hours, the iguana is dedicated to basking. Its dark skin absorbs the heat efficiently, raising its body temperature to a level where it can function optimally. Once its body reaches the ideal temperature, the iguana ventures out to find food. Leaves, flowers, and fruits become a feast, fueling its body for the activities ahead. Basking is not just a leisurely activity for iguanas, it is an essential biological process. As ectotherms, they lack the ability to generate their own body heat internally. When an iguana basks, its blood vessels dilate, allowing for increased blood flow to the skin's surface. This maximizes heat absorption from the sun's rays. Conversely, when the iguana needs to cool down, its blood vessels constrict, reducing heat loss. The optimal body temperature for an iguana ranges from 80 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Within this range, their metabolic processes function efficiently, allowing them to digest food, fight off infections, and engage in other essential activities. If their body temperature drops too low, their metabolism slows down, making them sluggish and vulnerable. While the rainforest might seem like a paradise, it is also a place of constant danger for iguanas. Predators, such as snakes, birds of prey, and larger mammals, pose a constant threat. Iguanas have developed various defense mechanisms to survive in this challenging environment. Their camouflage helps them blend into the foliage, while their speed and agility allow them to escape from predators. Competition for resources, such as food and suitable basking spots, is also fierce. Iguanas must constantly defend their territory from rivals, engaging in displays of dominance to establish their position within the hierarchy. Despite their resilience, iguanas are vulnerable to the unpredictable forces of nature that shape their environment. Imagine stepping into a climate-controlled room, the temperature perfectly set to your liking. For iguanas, this is the luxury that an indoor environment can provide. In the wild, this means basking under the sun for hours, seeking shade when it gets too hot, and retreating to burrows as temperatures drop at night. Now picture an indoor enclosure, equipped with heat lamps and basking spots that mimic the warmth of the sun. This controlled environment allows iguanas to conserve energy and maintain a stable internal temperature, crucial for their overall health and well-being. No more rushing for shade as the midday sun becomes scorching or shivering through a cold night. An indoor environment provides a sense of thermal stability that is simply not possible in the ever-changing conditions of the wild. In the wild, danger lurks around every corner for an iguana. Predatory birds scan from above, snakes slither through the undergrowth, and larger mammals might see a tasty meal in our scaly friend. Now, imagine the peace of mind that comes with living in a predator-free zone. This is the sanctuary that an indoor environment can provide. Inside a secure enclosure, iguanas can shed their anxieties and embrace a life free from the constant threat of predation. This sense of security has a profound impact on an iguana's overall well-being. Picture trying to monitor the diet of a wild animal, ensuring they receive the right nutrients from a variety of sources. Now, imagine having complete control over your iguana's menu, carefully selecting fresh greens, vegetables, and occasional fruits that meet their specific dietary needs. Owners can meticulously plan their pet's diet, ensuring they receive the correct balance of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. No more guessing games about whether they're finding enough calcium in the wild or worrying about potential toxins in unknown plants. Monitoring an iguana's food intake becomes significantly easier in a controlled environment. This level of dietary control is essential for preventing health issues such as metabolic bone disease, a common problem in iguanas with inadequate calcium intake. While the prospect of a climate-controlled, predator-free environment with a perfectly tailored menu might sound appealing, it's important to remember that iguanas are still wild animals at heart. Their instincts and behaviors, honed over millennia of evolution, don't simply disappear when they cross the threshold into our homes. Creating a suitable indoor habitat for an iguana requires more than just providing food, water, and a warm place to bask. It demands an understanding of their specific needs, from the type of lighting that mimics the sun's rays, to the importance of humidity levels that replicate their tropical origins. While we may enjoy the sun's warmth on our skin, for iguanas, it's not just about feeling cozy. The sun's ultraviolet or UV rays are essential for their bodies to produce vitamin D3, a crucial component for calcium absorption. Full-spectrum UV bulbs, designed specifically for reptiles, can effectively replicate the sun's beneficial rays within the confines of an indoor enclosure. These bulbs emit both UVA and UVB rays, mimicking the natural spectrum that iguanas would receive in the wild. However, it's not enough to simply screw in a bulb and call it a day. UVB rays have a limited range and their intensity decreases over time. Therefore, the placement of the bulb within the enclosure is crucial, ensuring the iguana has access to a basking spot directly under the light. Regular replacement of the bulb, typically every 6 months, is also vital to maintain optimal UVB output. Imagine strolling through a lush rainforest, plucking leaves, flowers, and fruits to satisfy your hunger. This is the essence of an iguana's natural diet, and replicating this variety within a captive environment is crucial for their health and well-being. Leafy greens should form the cornerstone of an iguana's diet, providing essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Dark leafy varieties like collard greens, dandelion greens, and turnip greens are particularly nutritious. While fruits are a tempting treat, they should be offered sparingly due to their high sugar content. Avoid feeding iguanas animal protein, such as insects or meat. Imagine being confined to a small room with limited space to move around. This is the reality for many captive iguanas, and it can have detrimental effects on their physical and mental well-being. Iguanas are arboreal creatures, meaning they spend a significant portion of their lives climbing and exploring in trees. Providing a spacious enclosure that allows for these natural behaviors is paramount. The enclosure should be tall enough to accommodate climbing structures, such as branches, ramps, and shelves, providing opportunities for exercise and enrichment. A spacious enclosure also allows for the creation of a thermal gradient, as discussed earlier. The rainforest, an iguana's natural habitat, is renowned for its high humidity levels. Replicating this humid environment within an indoor enclosure is crucial for an iguana's respiratory health and overall well-being. Low humidity can lead to dehydration, respiratory infections, and difficulty shedding skin properly. Maintaining a humidity level of 60 to 80% within the enclosure is ideal and can be achieved through various methods. Misting the enclosure with water several times a day, using a humidifier, or incorporating a water feature within the enclosure are all effective ways to increase humidity. In addition to maintaining proper humidity, providing a source of fresh, clean water is essential. Iguanas need access to water for drinking and soaking. While providing a suitable environment is crucial, it's important to remember that even in captivity, iguanas can still encounter health problems. Regular veterinary checkups are essential for early detection and treatment of any potential issues. A qualified reptile veterinarian can perform a thorough physical examination, check for parasites, and provide guidance on proper husbandry practices. Therefore, it's essential to be proactive about their health and seek veterinary care at the first sign of any unusual behavior, changes in appetite, or physical abnormalities. Section 1. Myths and Misconceptions. The world of reptile keeping is often shrouded in myths and misconceptions, and iguanas are no exception. One common misconception is that these large lizards require enormous amounts of space. A well-designed enclosure can provide adequate room even in a compact living space. Another myth is that iguanas are aggressive and difficult to handle. With proper socialization, they can become accustomed to human interaction. However, iguanas are not domesticated animals like dogs or cats. Perhaps the most pervasive myth is that iguanas are low-maintenance pets. Caring for an iguana requires a significant investment of time and money. Before welcoming an iguana, consider the long-term commitment. Iguanas can live for 15 to 20 years or more. Financially, the costs can be substantial. Initial investments in enclosures and equipment are significant. Ongoing expenses include food, supplements, and vet bills. Emotionally, caring for an iguana is rewarding but requires patience. Traveling needs careful planning for a caregiver. Creating a stimulating environment is crucial for an iguana's well-being. Provide ample space for climbing and exploring, mimicking their natural habitat. The enclosure should be tall, as iguanas prefer to climb. Furnish with branches, ramps, and plants for exercise and enrichment. Temperature regulation is crucial. Establish a thermal gradient with heat lamps and basking spots. Provide enrichment items to keep your iguana mentally stimulated. Ensure a humidity level of 60 to 80%. While iguanas are products of their natural environments, the controlled setting of an indoor habitat offers unique advantages. Imagine a life free from predators with ideal temperatures and fresh, nutritious food always available. Replicating UV lighting, thermal gradients, and humidity levels helps iguanas thrive. The absence of predators reduces stress, while a controlled diet ensures optimal nutrition. Indoor care allows for closer health monitoring and regular vet checkups. Bringing a wild animal into our homes is a decision that should never be taken lightly. It requires a deep understanding of the animal's needs, a commitment to providing proper care, and a willingness to adapt our lifestyles to accommodate their unique requirements. However, for those who are willing to put in the effort, keeping an iguana indoors can be an incredibly rewarding experience. It's about creating a microcosm of their natural world within the confines of our homes, a place where they can express their natural behaviors, thrive physically and mentally, and form a unique bond with their human caregivers. It's about appreciating their wild nature while providing them with the security and care they need to live long and fulfilling lives. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to keep an iguana indoors is a personal one. However, by understanding their needs, respecting their wild instincts, and providing a stimulating and enriching environment, we can offer these fascinating creatures a taste of the wild within the comfort and safety of our homes, fostering a unique and rewarding interspecies connection.